What's up, everybody? Glad to have you back. From now on, I'm posting one Reddit story every single day and saving the biggest, wildest ones for Wednesdays and Sundays. Today's story is definitely one of those that will have you sitting on the edge of your seat. Disturbing, but so good. So, sit back, relax, maybe grab some popcorn, and let's get into it. Oh, and if you enjoy these stories, smash that like button and subscribe. You don't want to miss what's coming next. The employee told me there was a women's bathroom up the lift. There wasn't one. This happened 2 days ago, and I'm still very shaken up about it. I was with my brother and father. We were just at the immigration department in HK to sort something out for us. Further context. I'm 20 and I'm not a HK local. It was getting late, and my dad suggested we start taking the bus back now to eat closer to the apartment area. Or most good places would be close by then. Midway, there was a stop that my brother suggested we get off and find food. We all agreed. I started to desperately need the toilet, and so my brother pointed at the closest McDonald's we could see. Big mistake. We go in, my brother and dad are waiting downstairs. I was under the assumption that, well, if there's no toilet downstairs, then there should be one up. If not, I'll leave and find another place. I walk up the stairs and look around, somewhat pacing as I desperately need to pee. The McDonald's worker seems to have spotted me and was looking at me, almost expecting me to bother him. I asked him if there's a toilet. He said, "Toilet? Through the door, turn left, and take a lift up. It's an ominous brown door with no signs or anything at the front." He's the worker, so I assume he knows better than me. I open it and what the f***? It's very dark and run down, completely different vibe to the modern McDonald's. Extremely quiet. As soon as the door closed, it was almost soundproofed. All the bustling loud noises in the McDonald's had completely stopped. The room was just very dark with minimal white light. There were multiple doors that appear locked in the building. I didn't explore much as I thought it was maybe a staff room. I turned the left corner as instructed, and there was indeed a lift. I assume maybe this is just a very odd passage to a shopping mall, which isn't too uncommon in Hong Kong, and surely how bad can this be if there is a lift? I press the lift and step in. Suddenly, I hear the door open, and the worker that directed me goes into the lift with me as well. I notice he's holding a black bin bag that is filled with little to nothing. I assume, oh, okay, maybe he needs to put this out and help me find the toilet? Kill two birds with one stone. I ask him what floor do I press, and he presses the second floor. Once the door closes, it's a bit quiet and awkward. I glance at him for a second. He was wearing a COVID face mask, one eye looking forwards, and he had a lazy eye looking to the side. Suddenly he says, "Lang ho lang," which translates to, "You're very pretty," in Cantonese. At this point, it's very awkward, and I just said a quiet thank you to not aggravate him. I'm wagering if I actually need to pee this badly now. The lift stops, finally. I was fully expecting a shopping mall when the lift doors open. That was not the case. The doors opened, and it was just a dark, quiet, very run-down, narrow hallway of doors. It was so dark with infinite corners. Not a single person was there but us. I couldn't tell what the building was, an odd cross of abandoned apartment building doors and office doors. At this point, we're both still stood in the lift, and my entire body is in a fight-or-flight response as this whole situation was making me fear the worst. The worker gestures me to get off at this lift and almost wants to continue walking me to the toilet. I quickly make an excuse of, "I've bothered you so much already from your work, you can just point at the direction and I'll find it. Promise." He points to the right and tells me to go through there, and that's the toilet. I thank him, and then go the complete opposite direction he told me. The whole place was like a fucking maze, narrow hallway with doors. I got curious and pushed at one of them, and it was locked. At this point, I'm really trying to stall enough time to appear. I went to the toilet before getting the lift back down. I get a call from my brother now, a very angry call asking why I've taken so long and where am I? I explain I don't know where I am. I'm trying to find my way back. I hang up, and I'm getting increasingly more scared as the place is giant. As I mentioned, like an abandoned office department hallways with no signs or anything while being extremely dark with minimal light. The walls were all teared down. It's just so quiet and run down. There was no way a functioning toilet was up here. I'm really panicking now and trying to find my way back to the lift, scared shitless. My initial discomfort of desperately needing to pee turned to desperately wanting to leave. I calmed myself down a bit with breathing exercises and tried to recollect the steps I took, finally found the lift and quickly pressed back down. I pressed the close button so much, the lift takes me back down to the hallway, but by accident, I walk forwards instead of turning right. What the fuck? There are more doors, 4 to 5 doors next to each other. But what was the most strange was the fact the doors were all facing this large glass panel wall between the McDonald's. I was able to look at the McDonald's and people eating, but they didn't notice I was there at all. I walked back and turned right this time, through the door. I was finally in the McDonald's again, but that glass wall on my end appeared to be a large mirror in the McDonald's. It was a double mirror. I looked around and there was no sight of the McDonald's worker either. I quickly walked back down the McDonald's. I see my dad and brother. My dad asked if I was okay, as I looked really pale. I said I'll tell him when we're out. I asked him if he saw the worker again when they were waiting, describing him as a man with a mask on and a lazy eye. My dad shook his head and said he didn't see any worker when he checked upstairs for me earlier. My heart dropped as soon as I heard that. The worker was still up the lift. My dad also said, "Don't tell me you went through that lift. I opened that door and walked through a bit to find you. It was scary. Why were there so many doors in that glass?" I thought there was something wrong. Got out immediately. Bear in mind, my dad is a built-as-fuck man himself. He then sent my brother up to go look for me, not sure why. My brother is pretty skinny and unathletic in comparison. He opened the brown door just to see and noped the fuck out. He described it as looking like a big, dark back rooms with the doors next to each other back to back. He did not want to walk in there to explore. I will never go to the toilets alone again, and seeing a McDonald's will forever hold this memory for me. Edit. Found out recently. Apparently, they devised a plan that my dad was going to go through every level through the brown door to start kicking down doors and shouting my name. He had a very bad feeling. If he wasn't back down with me within 15 minutes, my brother was instructed to call the police. My brother disagreed with the plan, suggesting it'll be best if they find all the exits and guard them now, banking on the fact I'll be out at some point, as it's unlikely they'll find me through every level in that lift and doors. I asked what would happen if I didn't come out through the exits, and he said, "At least we'll find your remains." Morbid. Alright, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. If you did, give this video a like, it helps more than you know. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss tomorrow's story, and I'll see you in the next one.